Hey folks, Gary Gormley here. I hope you're all keeping well. I am at the Customer Connect Expo with your man, Jimmy Hosang, and we're demonstrating some of the capabilities of the Mojo CX platform. So while we're here, I thought I'd do a little bit of an interview with Jimmy, just to give you a little bit of insight into why Vegas, why this event, and some of the insights that are coming down with the Mojo CX product. So, Jimmy, what does it mean to be at the Customer Connect Expo in Las Vegas?
Oh, well, it's just really, really exciting. It's something that we've been planning for like quite a long time. Obviously, we've done the expo in London like a few times, and it's always gone down really, really well. You've seen me there. I've done some speaking gigs.
I've seen it.
But then, yeah, when we were looking at like our strategy, we've been looking at, well, the UK market is very mature when it comes to speech analytics, conversational guidance. Where are the next best places for us to go and like launch our product and launch into new markets? And earlier this year, we went to the Web Summit in Qatar and like started to speak to some great people around like how our tools could help over there and maybe different pricing models that you need over there. But then the next thing for us was, after going east is going west, and this means that this is our first event in America. Super excited to be here and can't wait to like have some really good discussions.
You know what? That sounds like there's some really interesting global footprint that you're trying to build there. But I think for people that don't know Mojo, tell us about that story and tell us about how you've got to here and what it means to be here.
Yeah, so we started in 2018. It was our 7th birthday a couple of weeks ago.
Birthday.
Yeah, thank you. And we started as an outcome-based consultancy, focusing on 3 core areas. So first one was conversational guidance, next best action. So I've come from a bit of a marketing background. We've done upsell strategies in insurance mainly. So it was like upsell, cross-sell, collections, retention. Like how can you have better conversations, and how can you sell the right product to the right person at the right time? Then what we uncovered doing that was actually you need to monitor the conversation. So I worked in banks and building societies, insurance companies.
Definitely needed.
Very expensive. They had very expensive next best action products, but everybody was ignoring them. The agents are always focused on their AHT or like not losing their job, and they're not paying attention to the things that are popping up. So then we developed a speech analytics capability underpinning it, and then finally, it was like, right, well, we've got both of those now, but then we need to create the feedback loop into coaching. So it was building a feedback loop to say, well, when you've not had a good call, pat on the back. When you've not had a good call or you've missed something, to remind you and your manager. Did that for 3 years. We built the business up to £1 million worth of revenue.
Wow, impressive.
And then we decided because it was all productized, we decided to productize. And then we've been scaling ever since. We've got money from the British Business Bank, Foresight were some of our early investors with Greater Manchester Combined Authority. And then we recently closed a round in December led by Procura Ventures. So really, really exciting.
So some huge growth there in a market that's sometimes a little bit noisy. How would you say you're differentiating yourselves as a business that's in that tech SaaS space?
So I think the first one is. I think the first bit is we're contact center people. So there's a lot of businesses that have grown in this space because it's a hyper growth market. And there's a lot of opportunities. It's a huge global market, but it's quite like data heavy. It's geeks building stuff for geeks.
Building stuff for geeks.
And it's like overly complex. So we just really, really focus on how you hit the engine in the contact center, the right part to hit the engine to get it running. So we say it's contact center technology made for contact center people by contact center people. Wow. I think that's really important. The second part of it is the effectiveness of the underlying models and things like that. So because we've kind of imbued in this kind of world, we know what works and what doesn't work. So and that translates into like how we built the product, how we built the auto QA functionality, how we build the next best action capabilities and stuff like that. And then finally, people hate me talking about price, but price matters, and especially
in this market.
And you've got so much cost layering from a SaaS perspective that I just firmly believe that actually, like, we should do affordable solutions that fits everybody's needs, and especially when you talk about like contact centers are seen as a cost base for like most companies. I don't believe that's true. I think they should be a profit center, but they're still seen as a cost center. So you need to bring the margins down. But then we work a lot with BPOs. BPOs, they work
They're
on
really on the margin.
really tight margins. Now, how can they make margin and make improvements and things like that when they're paying, 100, 150, 200 pounds per user per month for AI solutions? So we try and come in like at a much more affordable position.
And my final question is, we've heard a bit about all of the current stack. What is the exciting future and the innovation coming down the line for Mojo that people need to be watching out for?
So first of all, historically we did post-call analytics, but now we've moved to real-time. We've got a super cool like real-time desktop app, which effectively like puts the AI and turbocharges it. So it gives you like real-time decisions, real-time vulnerability models, real-time next best action models, real-time like conversational guides, real-time coaching guides and things like that. So that's really important. But I think what our focus is, first of all, rapid deployment. So how can you get that app onto people's desktops and onto people and in the business and start driving value straight away
without massive professional services costs?
And 3-month lead times and stuff. So we're really working on our deployment time at the moment is 4 weeks, and we want to get that to 4 hours. We want to be for an IT team to log into Mojo, procure a certain amount of licenses, join up to the Azure Active Directory, and boom, you're gone. You can schedule it and get it live straight away. That's the first one. The rest of it, we developed a framework for how you can rapidly deploy, rapidly train, and then rapidly improve AI models. It's a framework. We're not using people's data. It's all your own data. It's all trained on your own data, more secure, but really, 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 really quick to deploy, really, really quick to value. And then it gives you an overall arching framework, which means you're not having to pay for a load of AI engineers to build all of this stuff for you. You can deploy it, get value. And then finally, once you've built that overall framework, number one, you can make your humans better rapidly. But what the underpinning functionality does is effectively trains your own AI. So you will have, based on your data, trained on your best agents, an AI which in the future, Q4 probably, you'll then be able to deploy your own AI, put it right at the beginning of the conversation before it even hits a human.
Awesome. So all of that sounds pretty innovative, pretty market leading. And if you are in the expo over the next couple of days, we'd love to come and see you on Stand 200. But if you're watching this in replay mode, have a conversation with Jimmy if you'd like to know more. And thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.